Navin Lalu's streaming network, specialist in clean audio, multiple camera angle view and a photo slide for professional live streaming. Call Navin at 335-0205. Navin Lalu, bringing real-time events to you and yours. Navin Lalu's streaming network. Call him 335-0205. Also available fantastic drone footage. Navin's streaming network.
Welcome to the 2023 Schools Tassarama Competition Prize Distribution in collaboration with the Tassa Association of Trinidad and Tobago and the Ministry of Education.
All right, a pleasant good evening to each and everyone. Pleasant morning. Because of the inclement weather, we started a little late, but never mind, it is something beyond our control. So at this point, we would start our program, and today being the happy day for you all, our prize-giving ceremony. So let's all stand, please, for our national anthem. Please remain standing. We have a short prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I care, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Thank you. You may have your seat now. President of the Tassa Association of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Vijay Ramlal Rai, Vice President of the National Council of Indian Culture, Mr. Suraj Day Mongru, we are still awaiting our Vice President, Mr. Wendell Eversley, who will be shortly. The Visual of Performing Arts in the Ministry of Education and Officer, Ms. Dhanu. Principals, teachers, students, members of the media. We have Lalu streaming, who will be taping us today, and it will be shown on YouTube. Consequently, with information from the Tassa Association of Trinidad and Tobago. Sitaram, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum, and a pleasant good morning to each and everyone. Today is indeed a special day for the Tassabans who represented both primary and secondary in this year, the school's National Tassarama 2023. Please give yourself a round of applause. It was indeed a very successful competition. Over the years in Tassarama, we have had the juniors, Tassa bands taking part, and senior bands. And the president of the Tassa Association of Trinidad and Tobago see it fit to venture this competition in the primary and secondary schools. And it was successfully done this year because of the amount of bands and amount of schools who took part. We had one primary school taking part this year. A few were registered, but because of certain circumstances, they did not enter. But we hope that in 2024, we would have a few more primary schools taking part. The secondary schools were very good, and we had a lot of secondary schools taking part, and everyone really performed well in this year, 2023, the school's National Tassarama competition. So we welcome our Vice President of the Tassa Association of Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Wendell Eversley. Thank you so much. So, I would now call on an individual who have really worked hard over the years. He's a well-known cultural ambassador throughout the world, and he has really taken that initiative to promote the cultural art form Tassa. He's not a Tassa drummer, he's not a Tassa player, but he has seen it fit to work hard and ensure that Tassa drumming reach to the highest level, both locally and internationally. I would now call on the president of the Tassa Association of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Vijay Ramlal Rai.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, Mr. Ram Pratap, also the leader of one of the leading Tassa bands in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome on the head table Mr. Surjay Mangru, Vice President of the NCIC. I want to congratulate him. I think it was an election held recently, and you've now, from PRO, he's now Vice President. Our representative from the Ministry of Education, she's here replacing Ms. Marcelin Peters, who you all would have met at the competition. And of course, our Vice President, Mr. Wendell Eversley. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teachers, principals, media, I would like to take this opportunity to say I may not be around long enough to see when this really blooms, because we thought that this year, was just our trial year in making this competition part of the curriculum, extracurricular activities of schools and so on. And also, we managed to get the ministry, officially, Ministry of Education, to endorse this project as part of a school's project. As you know, I'm also involved, and some of us are also involved with the school's intellectual chutney monarch competition, which is also a project by the Ministry of Education and the National Chutney Foundation. But this being our inaugural year for the Tassa in schools, I mean, it's very hard to find words to describe the euphoria and the ambience that we experienced right in this compound outside for the first time. And to see how those children gravitated in being part of this exciting event. We did announce last year that we will be doing this on an annual basis, and in the program you'll already have the date for next year. So you will see it on your program at the back of it. So you have enough time to prepare, and of course we're going to have a lot more schools from what I'm hearing, and a lot of other schools who had prepared, as the MC said earlier, and unfortunately certain circumstances and they couldn't continue the participation. But hopefully we will take this from strength to strength, that's for sure. But as I said, you know, at my age and you all are at your age, and we may not bounce up from years to come because, you know, I wouldn't be around. I'm sure all of us have to go one day. But, you know, the future of this is in your hands. As the MC said, I don't play Tassa. I'm not a Tassa band leader or anything. But, you know, it is something that we felt that had to be done. Because it's through the schools and through the young people at home as well, your parent relationship with children at home is why you find so many kids are doing well at school. You must have a bond with your parents in order to have success in schools. You must have a bond with your teachers and your school. Your principals and your teachers are very important people in your lives. And you cannot get away from having the best relationship with your parents, teachers, and your school. When you leave school, what you have learned during those years is what you will be the rest of your life. So taking up this activity, I'm sure it's not only Tassa in schools, because some schools have steel bands in schools, some has drama, and so on, different activities in the performing arts that the schools endeavor to get involved with. But as you know, and those who probably did not know, the Tassa instrument is exactly 100% locally done, made in Trinidad. From any level, maybe our ancestors would have had the thing in their head in terms of playing drums. But all the materials that are used to make the Tassa instrument in Trinidad are local materials, from the trees to the sugarcane strips to the goat skins and so on and so forth. 100%. That's why we have been clamoring for some years at the senior level to try and get it acknowledged by the ministry, by the government of the day, whoever it is, to acknowledge the instrument as we have acknowledged, and rightly so, steel band as our first instrument, and hopefully Tassa could be the second, officially declared. So we'll be working on that, and of course that fight will be in the hands of you all, the young people and the young children of this nation. I want to say that it's very heartening to see all of you turn out in this inclement weather, because we thought maybe by 9:30, 9:45, we thought maybe we might not have anything, you know. And lo and behold, we are here and we are about to do our inaugural distribution. Now you all are going down in history, eh? Remember this. Today we are recording everything. It will be shown on the social media network from tomorrow. But this is a historical moment because this is the first one of its kind where schools have taken part. So all your schools, all your young people, all your teachers and everybody who are here, try and get a camera shot somehow, eh? Because it's going to be historical. In 50 years from now, of course, as I said, I wouldn't be here, but in about 50 years from now, somebody will pull this archive And we will have it as well stored for archiving purposes, so that when the history has been told about the instrument and so on, you all are historical in taking part in the first of the school's category of this event. So with those few words, I just want to say thank you. And don't leave, because I know we have refreshments and stuff. So please, we go through this procedure and hope that you all have a lovely afternoon. And I know some of you have to go back to school, but you could tell the principal you all are making some history here. So hold on a little bit, right? So thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vijay Ramlal Rai, for your contribution. As you see, you know, he has the world of history when it comes to Tassarama, right? So we must thank him very much for taking that initiative to really promote the platform to the fullest. Our next speaker, a very good friend of mine, also a cultural ambassador of Trinidad and Tobago, an individual who really does go out beyond to ensure that our cultural heritage is preserved, our cultural art form, you know, whether it's singing, dancing, tassa drumming, name it, always ensuring that this is promoted to the highest level also. I invite to the microphone here the Vice President of the National Council of Indian Culture, Mr. Surjday Mongru.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. My dear friend and brother, Dr. Vijay Ramlal Rai. I don't know how to call you friend or brother or enemy. But Wendell, I know him for such a long time. I'll talk a little history about him just now. Other members of the head table, Sitaram, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum, members of the media. You know, when I was the chairman of the Self-Help Commission for a period of 5 years, and this gentleman gave me no easy time. Is still you? Yeah. There was always, every week there was a demand from him. Coming to my office, I visited Self-Help on a Thursday. It was my office day to see members of the public. San Fernando was on a Monday, and Tobago was once every 2 weeks. But my friend Wendell, a remarkable human being. And to the chairman, I must say you are very, very lucky to have me standing here today, and I tell you for one reason. Usually when I'm addressed as Surjday Mongru, I do not respond. I do not respond. My name is Surjday Mongru. You were calling someone else but not me. So in future, be mindful of that. Anyway, to the children, to the boys and the girls sitting here today, I was fortunate to be part of the finals. And I was extremely impressed with your performance. Extremely impressed. To see so many young people coming forward. I mean, we give the opportunity here on the main stage of Diwali Nagar, 1 or 2 Tassa groups. We have a 9-night event, 1 Tassa group, not every night. We try to give at least 5 Tassa groups an opportunity. And I think, Vijay, we probably have hundreds of Tassa groups, seasoned and budding Tassa groups in this country now. So which leads me to the point, what are we doing about the product called Tassa? What are we doing about the product called Tassa? Are we doing the same thing that we did to the product called pan, that we let foreigners produce and export our product, even exporting to us? Am I right, Wendell? Even exporting to us. Japan and Switzerland producing and exporting pan to us. And we here in this country couldn't have done a single thing about it. Vijay, I hope that this doesn't happen with Tassa. You will have an excellent product. Everywhere you go in this country, Guyana, Suriname, we took the Tassa even to Jamaica now. Let's forget United States and Canada. Everybody, once that instrument start playing, you will see people young and old gravitating and gyrating to the music of the Tassa. There's something you will need to do about that to take this product beyond Trinidad and Tobago and the West Indian people. That's your challenge, Vijay. You're saying that you have long to live? None of us sitting here can guarantee we'll be here tomorrow. None of us. So what are you talking? I don't understand what you're trying to tell anybody here right now. You understand? 50 years ago, I said the same thing and I'm still here. All right. So you have your challenge, and your challenge is to take this product beyond the West Indian people. Suriname now started to enjoy our Tassa, our rhythm, our beats, Tikora, Dingoli, Nagara, and what have you. They have a product, they have an instrument called Tasha. Tasha. But when you take the Tassa there and you listen to both, we have a fantastic product. So we need to do something. You will need to take this product beyond. This is a very marketable product. You know, as a young man, I had two ambitions in life. And I am a Hindu, and I'm proud of being one. I respect those who are Muslims or Christians. And I wanted to visit 108 temples in my life, which I accomplished quite recently. And I also wanted to visit 108 countries in this world, which I accomplished in February month. And during my trips visiting those countries, I love culture. I love culture. And I wanted to see and experience the culture of all these countries. That's what I wanted to do, and I have achieved that in life. Now I could say, like you, Vijay, if Bhagwan ready for me, I am ready to go. I wanted to achieve those two things in life. So young children now, in life, you have to set your goals. You have to set your goals. It's a rather unfortunate, the whole education system we have. We were part of it too growing up as young men. You have to pass common entrance. No matter what, you have to pass common entrance. That guarantees you a place in a secondary school. And for 5 years, they pong in, to get 5 O-levels minimum, maths and English included, and whatever. Then you will graduate, you'll go to do advanced level, then you'll go to university. And the whole system is about trying to fight to get a higher education. To achieve what? To achieve what in life? All we achieve is just being educated. We forget our value system, we forget social, we forget community, we forget so many things in life in the rush of getting an education. Education is important. Education is very important. But there are so many other things in life than getting an education. My father was a doubles vendor. Good? He tried his best to send me to school. I remember when doubles was 5 cents for one, 5 cents for a doubles. Our spending in school was 1 cent. You know, they had the big coin. That was our spending money. Then we move on to 5 cents and what have you. But we had ambition. We wanted to achieve some things in life. Tomorrow, every one of you sitting here would want to go and get a degree. And of course, nothing wrong in getting a degree. All of us have degrees sitting here. But that is not enough. That is not enough in life. You will have to understand there are certain values in life that you have to have, not just an education. I can't say what I really want to say as a young child. I say it differently if I'm talking to adults bluntly, what education means sometimes. So you will have achieved the goal. You all are winners. All those who participated in the Tassa competition, you're all winners. I wish that everybody could have been given a trophy. Every group that performed, you did fantastic. Winning on stage or losing on stage or didn't place doesn't mean you didn't do well. You all did excellent. I want to urge you to continue. I know I gave the opportunity to the Advocacy Vedic School when I listened to those little children. Forget you getting first, eh? Okay, I left before the result was announced. But I said there and then, I called the principal when I left and I said, I want those children to perform during the Nagara. And you all did. You all did perform on the Nagara stage. But I want every one of you to get that opportunity this year. Good? So I want to thank you all for the privilege of your attention. Something was written here. I was told I had to bring greetings when I entered here. And I script something, but I felt this ain't going to make sense. This ain't going to make sense talking to you about this right now. What am I going to say about this thing? So to you, Mr. President, Vice President, and members of the TASA Association, we have to work with you all before, and we will continue to work with you all. And not only the TASA Association, any cultural organization who wish to partner and work with us, we are willing to work with you all as an organization. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate everybody and wish you all the best. And may God continue to bless you all and bless our beautiful nation called Trinidad and Tobago. And well, I ain't finished with you yet, eh? All right? Thank you for the privilege of your attention. God bless one and all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Surajday Mangaru. Am I correct, right? Thank you so much for your contribution. So, you know, listening 108 countries and 108 temples, such an achievement, remarkable. Yeah, you must give him a round of applause for that. I mean, the leader of the First Citizen Dragon Boys, you know, we travel to so many different countries promoting the art form, representing the country, Trinidad and Tobago. And when about 2 months back, we were in India, and I thought, well, that was an achievement, but the 108 countries. Our next speaker is an individual who always tries his best also to promote the art form. And not only TASA, but all the different cultural art forms we have in this country. And he has been together partnering with the TASA Association executives and drummers, you know, to really, you know, plea to the government of Trinidad and Tobago, you know, to make the TASA the second national instrument, and continues to do so also. And I would now call on the Vice President of the TASA Association of Trinidad and Tobago to give his contribution, Mr. Wendell Evsley.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. First, let us give the children a round of applause. Primary school, secondary school, this is your day. A day in history you all will never forget. And I think we should give the TASA Association a round of applause. Before I give my speech, I want to say something to the former chairman of the Self-Help Commission of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, Trinidad and Tobago. And yes, I used to be in his office when he have office day. I also used to be in his office when he don't have office day to make sure that the CEO carry out the chairman's wishes. Because my duty, I was not an employee of Self-Help, but my duty was helping people. And I went with hundreds of forms to the former chairman, and I begged, and I make sure he did his duty as the chairman of the National Self-Help Commission. And one thing I could say, I probably helped over 200 families. And I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, for rendering that service to me. And a lot of families who I help, up to today, they tell me thanks. And that some received 10,000, 20,000 in materials and things. It went a long way. And I think that is what you call performance. And performance, there's beat old talk. So give the former chairman of the National Self-Help Commission a round of applause. And when I look at the program, I see NCIC. I say, yes, that's a reach-in. Because when I see the National Council of Indian Culture, and when I watch him play the role as vice chairman and now as PRO, now he's the vice president. We heard the president said he wouldn't be around. I don't know if he's planning to die now, but I have plenty to go. And I want to make sure the TASA become the second national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago. I make the call, and I'm going to make the call again. I remember making the call, a former president of Pan Trinbago said, what's wrong with Wendell? Like he going mad? May that former Pan Trinbago president rest in peace. He passed on just recently. And when I make that call, I remember went to a conference at Center of Excellence, when they call all cultural organization in Trinidad and Tobago. And I went there and I said, the TASA must be recognized. And I will tell you why I say that. I born and grew up in a place called Frederick Settlement, 13 Mackenzie Street, Frederick Settlement, Caroni. And in that village, it had a temple, it had a mosque, a Presbyterian church, a Catholic church, an Anglican church, and we have the smaller people with the Baptist church and the Orisha and the Seventh Days and the Pentecostal. It was a community from Warrenville, Frederick Settlement, Caroni, Harlem, the village, Lapai. It was a knitted community. But I remember when we had Indian wedding, I was there in Matikora. And I would dance with the TASA. I remember the Saturday night for the cooking, I there with the Bajan. And I remember Sunday morning, I ain't missing the lawa. Because I have to be there, follow the procession, and follow the TASA and dancing in the streets of Frederick Settlement, Caroni. I get to love the TASA. And I said to myself, here in the steel pan, why not TASA don't have a home also? Because when I go back into the history from 1956, although I ain't born then time, and I listen to Eric Williams at all his public meetings, TASA there, George Chambers, Patrick Manning, Basde Pandey, A.N.R. Robinson, Kamla Prasad Bisesa, now Keith Rowley. Just recently, Nomination Day, NTA, PEP, UNC, PNM, MSJ, all of them, TASA behind them. All the candidates. So why recognize the TASA for all these functions? And then when it comes to give the TASA the real recognition, you're turning a blind eye to it. Come on, Minister of Culture. You should do better than this, because if we want our country children to grow, we must remember that sports and culture play an important role. Sports and culture. So today, I am calling on Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Yes, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. 50 years of CARICOM. The TASA older than the CARICOM. So we want to let CARICOM leaders know, just as how we have the PAN, the greatest instrument produced in the 21st century, the TASA, every material come from Trinidad. We want to show the world what we have. When I go to Guyana and I listen to the TASA in Guyana, it's nothing like Trinidad. Suriname, nothing like Trinidad. When I went to South Africa, the TASA, nothing like Trinidad. England, nothing like Trinidad. In the Netherlands, nothing like Trinidad. When you get the Trinidad TASA, you get in Calypso, you get in Limbo, you get in you understand, man? Oh, gosh, boy, you know, man, when I listen to the verdict, advocate, them little children, I don't know if they write SCA. If you all write SCA, it might be only last, but congratulations. But you understand, when you watch that side perform here, Vice President, we want to thank you for giving us the opportunity where we could showcase this year, what the TASA could do. And I want to call on the Minister of Education. Yes, we're enjoying the pan, but we want to enjoy the TASA too. We want you to employ TASA players throughout Trinidad and put them in the primary and the secondary school of Trinidad and Tobago. We want to develop our culture. We want to show the world what Trinidad and Tobago have. You know, when you go to Panorama and you go in the rhythm section, it's at the TASA. You know, when you go Best Village, they had the TASA. They say the best village, the Prime Minister best village, throughout every community in Trinidad. So why we can't have the Prime Minister TASA competition of Trinidad and Tobago too? This is our culture. We cannot be hypocrites in our own country. We cannot love one section of culture and separate a second section of culture. We just catch our tail to waste funds. And we see corruption in big forms, billions of dollars, stealing our money, but to pump for culture and to make sure that we develop the art form and put the children in the right place, they're not putting the money for that. Or we see IAG spending one set of money given who? Lawyers in briefs. But when we go to them, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Culture, when we go to them and we see the props, we see the outfit they wear, these parents taking their hard-earned money, and then when the time to give them prices, it's trouble to even get the checks. We have to be going begging. Like if we come in to beg them, but they're stealing our money and giving corrupt politicians that need to distribute. We have to stop it. We have to put where our interest is. And the only way this could be on point is you, the children, you, the parents, let your voices be heard. TASA here to stay, and I'm saying today, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, if you want to make a name for yourself, make TASA the second instrument of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you.
Very powerful contribution, right? Give him another round of applause, please. Always powerful in his contribution. Always putting out his utmost best to ensure that TASA drumming really reached somewhere, you know. And we really have been trying over the years, and with that contribution, surely something may happen, right? We really need to get the TASA the second national instrument, because in every walk of life, everything that is happening throughout the world and in Trinidad and Tobago, you would always see TASA on the front, right? So, we thank you so much, Mr. Wendell, for that contribution. We will now have our feature address by a visual of performing arts officer attached to the Ministry of Education. I now call to the microphone Ms. Danu to give us her contribution. Thank you.
Pleasant good morning. All protocols observed, but a very special good morning to our honorees, our students this morning. We haven't asked you to stand, but I'll invite our students to stand at this point so that we can recognize you in our audience. So where are our students who participated? Lovely. Have your seats, please. So, to all of you who participated in the 2023 Schools National Tassarama competition, we firstly say congratulations. Regrettably, as indicated on your program, our coordinator for the Visual and Performing Arts, Ms. Marcin Peters, is unable to be here today. But on behalf of the Ministry of Education, in particular the Curriculum Planning and Development Division, I would be sharing a few thoughts with you. From the ECCE to the CAPE level, so that would be from what you would know as infants, even from the kindergarten level going straight up to CAPE, there is music entrenched in our education system. In our national curriculum, there is music. Students are exposed to music appreciation, composition, arrangement, and performance. All students are offered the opportunity to learn and gain an interest in music up to the Form 3 level. It's mandatory. After which they may decide to specialize. They may decide to pursue music at the CSEC level, or at CAPE there is a subject called CAPE Performing Arts. But why? Why would a student want to pursue music? What is the drive that would make a student want to pursue music? What do they see that may encourage them and give them the impetus to want to continue music education? And when we explored this in our unit, in the Visual and Performing Arts unit, there is something that motivates us. It's actually a thread in all of the arts, in the visual and performing arts, and it is rhythm. Rhythm that is core and that is integral to us as Caribbean people. As Caribbean people, rhythm is there in everything we do. You would have heard a number of different speakers, students, and each speaker would have delivered their address, his or her address, in a different manner. And you would have heard the voice coming across to you in a different way. That is rhythm. Rhythm is all around us, the way we walk, when we hear things, sounds, the sounds of people's voices, the sounds of things all around us in our landscape. Rhythm also is in music, and music has the power to touch our very souls, to move us. Not just the player, but also the listener. Those of you who would have been here at the performances, you were moved as well. And so today, we celebrate. We celebrate the expertise of our young people who have excelled in creating beautiful polyrhythms on this indigenous instrument, the tassa. The timbre of each component contributing to a homogeneous masterpiece. When you listen to each player and what they contribute and the collaboration that is necessary for that item. Music has the power to heal, to bring us joy and comfort, to center us when we feel disoriented, to transport us while boosting our moods. We can all be transported to the time of the finals when we were anxious, listening, or waiting to play. We can be transported to that time by listening to the music. It created a memory with us. And so in education, with increased access to instruments, students need access to instruments. They need tutelage that will allow them the skill development that is necessary. And they need institutional support from the schools and from their parents to know that this is a viable activity in which to engage. With all of that, working together, our students have achieved excellence in this very first Tassarama competition. We want to say thank you to the Tassa Association of Trinidad and Tobago and to all schools, the principals, the teachers, the music teachers, non-music teachers, the tutors who would have assisted for making this experience a reality. And we want to, of course, put the challenge out there. Best of luck as you commence preparations for 2024. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Ms. Danu, for your contribution. Very well said. The only thing we miss, Ms. Danu, is when Ms. Marceline Peters doing her contribution, she normally would say, roll up the tassa. All right, man. So, so in every function like this, it's one thing that, would stand out with the participants is the prize-giving function, right? I know in the competition, everyone, you would always be like serious tense, because you have your performance intact. You have your performance, in a special way inside you that, you don't want to be disturbed or anything because you want to, that 5 minutes or 4 minutes you have, you want to do your best. But today we see a lot of smiling faces because today is where, our achievement will prevail. Today where our hard work, and commitment to our performance, prevail in the form of where we collect our prizes, right? And when I say prizes, I see a lot of smiling faces because most of you all would know that what place you achieve in the competition. And now we would go into the prizes where, the different schools with primary and secondary representatives would ensure that they come in front to collect their special prizes and their prizes in the top 8 in the secondary schools. We had one in the primary, so of course we know who the winner is, right? So we will start our special prizes. And we have Miss Agnes Raghubar Singh who would be there to help. We have Miss Vashti Rampartap. So we will start with the special prizes for the primary school. I now call to the front our Vice President of the National Council of Indian Culture, Mr. Surjay, to do that honor. So the most Tassarama in the primary schools, Advocacy Vedic School. And you would say right there, the most outstanding Tassarama Advocacy Vedic School. And you will say right there, placing first in the school's National Tassarama competition, primary school. First place, Advocacy Vedic Primary School. Just remember, when you will take that envelope and go to Carol at the back there, in the table there, to sign and ensure everything is okay. And make sure when you collecting your prize, you make sure you do all the smiles and the laughter, because the representative from New Zealand right there in the back, he would be taking out all the pictures. So you want to make sure when you see your photo on the newspaper, you know, you look lovely, right? And all, just a reminder, all who are collecting the prizes, the envelopes, make sure go to Carol at the back to sign and ensure that everything is okay with the prize, right? The signature, the name, everything, right? Right. So we now go to the secondary schools. So we will ask Wendell to do the honor to distribute some of those prizes. Best Kata player from Presentation College, Rajpal Ramthani. So we had two bass players collecting the prize for the best player. And some may wonder why two bass players. But when you look at the two individuals, their timing, their coordination, everything was just on par. So you didn't miss anything from like seeing one of them playing different to the other. So to rectify that, as an experienced tassel drummer and one of the judge, we have seen fit to give these two bass players the best bass prize. From Naparima College, Vivekanand Hargobin and Dale Nanlal. So Wendell, you will stay right there. Best Foley player. Now, over the years, you would see a drummer who doing Foleying would be just by the cutter and probably standing and just waiting to do something small. And I used to call it being lazy. And I remember in 1990, we introduced, the Dragon Boy Tassar Band introduced that in the Indian cultural pageant, where we ensured that the Foley do something together with the cutter to have a good coordination and create a better rhythm. And today when you look at the Tassar bands performing, every Tassar drummer is doing something. We have no lazy player again. Everybody is doing something to ensure that the performance come out excellent. So, previous years, questions were asked how you could distinguish and give a prize to a Foley player. But where you interchange, now we don't have one cutter. We have cutter Foley, cutter Foley. That is just to rectify to the drummers, who want to really excel in their performance. Make sure that when you are doing your performance, let each drummer do something. So now we don't have cutter Foley. We have, when we introducing the band, we will say cutter Foley full, right? So, best Foley player, Tival Samlal from Naparima College. And of course, we have the best JAL player. Best JAL player, Rahim Bilailam from Presentation College. Yeah. Mhm. Thank you very much, Mr. Wendell FZ. I now call on Ms. Dhanu to come to the front to give some of those special prizes. Most entertaining Tasaban, Naparima College. Best dressed Tasaban, Rio Claro West Secondary School. Best presentation, Marabella North Secondary School. Best Tassa Dancers, Rio Claro West Secondary School. And the People's Choice Award. Now, this was an award, the judges had no control over that. It was the parents, the teachers, all the invitees who came to support different bands. They had the call to choose the People's Choice. And it was done by the applause and the volume, of the scream and all these things. That is how we come up with the People's Choice. So the People's Choice goes to the Rio Claro West Secondary School. Yeah, well, Vijay. No, Wendell again. Wendell, Danu, Vijay. Yeah, that is it. Thanks very much, Ms. Dhanu, for giving those special prizes. Okay, we now call on Ms. Amrita to give a few special prizes. Right, so now we're heading into the top 8 prizes in the secondary schools. Placing 8, Barataria South Secondary School. Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. Just to note, in the package there is a certificate for each student that took part in the competition, so make sure you get your certificate, and make sure you go by Carol to ensure that everything is okay also. So students, make sure you got your certificate, right? Thank you very much. Placing 7th, Faizabad Secondary School. Placing 6th, Tablan Secondary School. And again, we say special thanks to the Ministry of Education, National Carnival Commission, National Chutney Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago Copyright Collection Organization, Cultural Judges Association of Trinidad and Tobago, National Council of Indian Culture. Yeah. So we now, thank you very much, Ms. Amrita. We now call on Ms. Danu to do this. Always have to remember that without the help of these institutions, it will be very hard to keep this competition. Thank you so much to all these institutions. Placing 5th, Rio Claro West Secondary School. Very well done indeed. They also collect the best, had the prize for best Tassa dancers, best dressed Tassa band. And like they always say, virtue lies in the struggle and not necessarily in the prize. So you work harder, and there is always, remember, every time you do a performance, you feel that is the best. But when you hit the stage, you would surely see that there is little room for improvement all the time, all the time. Placing 4th, Marabella South Secondary School. Thank you very much, Ms. Danu. I will now call to the front, again, the president of the Tassa Association of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Vijay Ramlal Rai, to do the honor in giving us out the top 3 prizes. So we're all set, right? Placing third, Presentation College Shagwanas. Thank you very much. Placing second, Marabella North Secondary School. So we'll have our Vice President joining in with Dr. Vijay Ramlalarai, Mr. Surjay and Ms. Kandu, Ms. Danu. First place. And they also won the special prize for most entertaining band. Ladies and gentlemen, first place in this year's 2023 Schools National Tassarama Competition, Naparima College, San Fernando. We still have hold it. I got what you say, right? Because today here. I still have these things together. Sit here, and I'll give you.
Who are we? We are the boys of NAP. NAP, Naparima, rock, rock, rock.
Well, that was very exciting. So we have a few plaques to give out. And Miss Agnes Raghubar Singh will do that honor. I now call on Mr. Surjay to come to the front to collect a plaque from the Tassarama Association of Trinidad and Tobago. I can't get the last one. I've already seen it. The Hammam room. I now call to the front Ms. Danu from the Ministry of Education. I will now call on Mr. Wendell Elsley to collect on behalf of the National Carnival Commission. Thank you very much, Ms. Agnes Raghubar Singh. I'll now call to the front to collect appreciation to service to the National Tassa Association of Trinidad and Tobago. I will now call on Ms. Carol Lachman to the front. Ms. Vashti Rampartap would do that honor. So you stay right there, Vash. I will now call on Ms. Amrita Kuldip Puran to the front to collect this appreciation. Your service and contribution to ensuring the coordinating and well-planned programs, are very appreciated by the Tassa Association of Trinidad and Tobago. I now call to the front Mr. Wendell Elsley. Thank you very much, Ms. Vashti Rampartap. I must say that it was really an honor for me to chair this program this afternoon, from this morning going down. And it was really a pleasure for me as a Tassa drummer representing the First Citizen Dragon Boys Tassa Band. And I just want to urge all you participants from the secondary school and the primary school to work harder, to keep on striving for excellence, and always ensure that you do your rehearsals, always ensure you do your practice sessions, always ensure that you try your best to, when you go to do your performance, whether it's 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, you do your best. And always remember that when you're on stage, you ensure that you do a good performance to your best of your ability. Because at the end of the day, I always said, virtue lies in the struggle and not necessarily in the prize, because at the end of the day, our mission and our goal is to promote the art form to the best of our ability, whether locally, whether internationally. I now call to do the vote of thanks, Ms. Agnes Raghubar Singh.
Good afternoon. It's after 12. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, I want to say thanks to everybody for coming here today. Even with the inclement weather, we thought we had to cancel, but God is love. And before I start to say thank you again, I want to call Mr. Nankisu Rampartab. This was a word of appreciation for him that we didn't get to get him one time. Right. Coming back, I just would like to say thanks again to our sponsors, well, National Carnival Commission, the National Chutney Foundation, Trinidad and Tobago, Copyright Collection Organization, Cultural Judges Association, National Council of Indian Culture, and the Ministry of Education. And with these few words, I want to wish everybody happy holidays. I know school closing just now, and school closing Friday. Yes, happy holidays, be safe, try and practice, do your other work, all your academic work, and also your cultural work. And we have refreshments to the back, so if can pass, like, just pass and collect your refreshments, drinks, and everything, and the food. Also, I want to just remind all the teachers and who participated that the envelopes have each player who perform a certificate for them. So we couldn't just give everybody, take it out and give everybody one. It would have been a little too much. So we put them in the envelope, and it also have one for the school too. So with that, I want to wish everybody a pleasant day. And yeah, don't forget refreshments. You see the bottom part is refreshments. and the date for the next year's finals is on Wednesday, the 31st of January, because Carnival is going to be on the 12th and 13th of February. So we are looking forward. We're going to start some registration, maybe when school open back in September, so the students will have enough time. And again, I want to say thanks to all participants, thanks to everybody for coming, thanks to Mr. Mongaru, I hope I pronounced it right this time, Ms. Danu, Dr. Ramlal, and Mr. Eversley, the media, the teachers, the staff, Carol and Vashti, and the PA man, Millennium Stars. Thanks again, everybody. And like I said, we could go in our order and just start and collect our refreshments. Thanks again. Have a blessed day.
Navin Lalu's streaming network, specialist in clean audio, multiple camera angle view and a photo slide for professional live streaming. Call Navin at 335-0205. Navin Lalu, bringing real-time events to you and yours. Navin Lalu's streaming network. Call him 335-0205. Also available fantastic drone footage. Navin's streaming network.